Opening for business in 1971, Highland Mall became the largest and most popular shopping mall in Austin. But over time, several newer malls opened throughout the city, which led to diminished customer attendance here. The large anchor stores closed their doors, and the smaller storefronts suffered similar poor returns. After commercial dominance came decline, Highland Mall closed forever by 2011. At that same time, Austin Community College was on a growth curve and bought up the property to develop the Highland campus. By 2014, classes commenced, and today the site serves a wide variety of young and older adults seeking new knowledge, skills, and certifications. In 2019, Austin PBS joined efforts with ACC, and now the state-of-the-art Austin Media Center has risen to carry on the work for a better tomorrow. But before there was an ACC or even an Austin PBS, there was the St. John Regular Baptist District Association.
We would go out to an area like about somewhere where Highland Mall is, and they would have a big Juneteenth events out in there. And we all would go out and celebrate, eating all types of dishes and having a good time. And then they would have programs there talking about Juneteenth, how important Juneteenth was to our history.
You know, Black history is, until rather recent times, in many cases not even existed. If it's not recorded by the institutions, then it really never happened. And that's where we get into church history.
Black church history in Austin began with Jacob Fontaine I. Enslaved for most of his life, he followed the example of his owner, an Episcopal minister.
You know, he started and there's numerous churches here in this area. Most of them still exist.
After emancipation, Reverend Fontaine became a great religious and secular leader. And of course, Jacob Fontaine Lane here at the Highland campus is named for him. In 1867, Reverend Fontaine and several other Baptist ministers met under a large, legendary tree in Wheatville, a freedom colony in Austin. They discussed the state of Reconstruction and organized to ensure the safety and salvation of their newly emancipated Black families and communities. They aligned their churches in a regional order, and the name Travis County Association was assigned to the Austin and Central Texas Division. Reverend Fontaine was elected as the first moderator, and he was succeeded by another original founder, Reverend John Henry Wynn Sr. Dedicated to seeking a safe location for his church community, Reverend Wynn arranged the purchase of some 2,000 acres of land in Caldwell County in the 1870s. And he led his Hogeye community of families through Bastrop County to resettle near Dale, Texas. And there, St. John Colony was founded, along with a first church. Impressed by such a massive success, the Travis County Association changed its name to St. John Regular Baptist District Association. On its own feet, St. John Colony still stands today, populated by many descendants of the founding colonists. By the turn of the 20th century, the St. John Regular Baptist District Association was regarded as one of the nation's largest associations for African Americans. The moderator at that time was Reverend Lee Lewis Campbell. He had a great vision for the intellectual and cultural development of young men and women and negotiated plans for an orphanage and school. He purchased 350 acres of farmland north of Austin. And in 1906, the doors opened at the St. John Orphan Home for girls and boys. Leading the classroom instruction were 8 teachers holding degrees from Bishop, Prairie View, and Wiley Colleges, and Howard University. The St. John Institute also provided adult education and spacious encampment grounds for the popular annual religious events that attracted thousands of visitors. This was the same tract of land that would eventually become Highland Mall over a half-century later. The debt on this property was paid in full under Reverend Adam Keats Black, moderator during the 1930s and 40s. By then, the institution suffered flagging financial support and began to fail to meet the building standards of the city of Austin. This ultimately led to closure. Dilapidated by the latter 1950s, the property was sold by Reverend Black, who had some real estate acumen. Profit from the sale was applied to purchasing a nearby tract, which became known as St. John, today's residential neighborhood. And by no surprise, the Blacks Memorial Baptist Church was established here, as well as the sanctuary of the St. John Regular Baptist District Association. African Americans in particular have devoted great support and ongoing energy to the Baptist church tradition. Today, there are more than 90 churches that are aligned with the St. John Regular Baptist District Association. These congregations continue to worship and continue to thrive just right here in Central Texas.
Rules for survival.
Say what?
Listen to the words I say.
Rules for survival.
These are rules for survival.
Say what?
These rules will help you
Rules for
someday.
survival.
Learn to listen to your heart, and your heart will let you know.
Rules for survival.
If the action you're about to take is one that should be known.
Rules for survival.
Work to help one another to survive. It's the only right thing to do.
Rules for survival.
And when you help others from your heart, God will always help you.
Rules for
These
survival.
are rules for survival.
Say what?
Listen to the words I say.
Rules for
These
survival.
are rules for survival.
Say what?
These rules will help you
Rules for
someday.
survival.